Two San Mateo District teams face off right now as we go to Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union, Kaiser Permanente, and Samtrans. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you for that unasked for applause. We're so glad to be back here. We're in our second round of play. Two returning teams face off today. And joining us as always is our mighty judge, Mr. Frank Saboti. All right, put your hands together for our first team, the San Mateo High School Bearcats. Arjun Natarajan, you are a senior, and last summer your family took a trip to France.
Not my family. I actually went with a class, and I'm a...
Why bug with the mother and father? They're just going to drag you down.
Well, I'm also a junior, just in case. And,
you are a junior.
Yeah, I am.
Everything's wrong. We're going to move on then. No, you developed a very, very bad habit while you were in France.
Well, I don't know if liking cheese is a bad habit.
Okay.
Last summer I went to France. We were just walking by, and then I went to this little store, and they had cheese there, and all kinds of cheese. So the owner allowed me to take like a sample of each one.
Every kind of cheese?
That he had available, yeah.
Good Lord, Arjun. This is why you grew like 6 inches over the course of the... Well, you like the runny cheeses or the cheeses with all the gross...
All kinds. And my goal in life is to maybe like try all kinds.
All kinds of cheese. We wish you the very best. Wait till you try some of those strange milks from the Dalai Lama has the bull's milk, whatever. All right, we'll try again. Elliot Storch, captain, you are a senior.
I am a senior.
Deservedly so. And you got into your first choice school. So what is that school?
That is the University of Washington.
Congratulations. And what do you want to study when you're there?
I want to study history.
History. Yep. And of course, in the beautiful Northwest, you're going to have a lovely setting for that. Congratulations. Nice. Sarah Stargett, sophomore. Last time we determined that you are the science guru of this team. And I asked you what you do for fun, and you said science. So you like to read textbooks.
Yes.
And you collect diodes.
Yes. They're like little light-emitting devices and circuits, and I think they're really pretty, so I collect them.
So like is your room like a glow with like little diodes?
No, I just have like a box of circuit devices, and I like diodes.
Why don't you create a little science wonderland in your room? I'm just suggesting. Do whatever you wish. That's great, great. Keep the hobbies coming. And let's give a big hand to your coach, Jared Wilkie. All right, you guys, you're going to play as a team in this first round. The questions are worth 10 points. If your team answers a question, you'll get the points. If not, you won't. I'll ask you 7 questions. If you get them all right, you'll be given a 30-point bonus. In this round, you are allowed to choose from one of 3 categories. So let me give you those categories. You tell me which one you want to play. Tools, bones, or cows? Which set of questions would you like to answer?
Let's do tools. Yeah. Let's do tools.
Tools, all right. All these answers is the name of a tool. You can mess up everything by throwing in one of these.
Monkey wrench?
That's right, for 10 points. It's practice for marching or math. It's what we call practice for marching or math. A drill.
Oh,
it's the type of kick commonly done while swimming side stroke.
Scissor?
Scissor kick is right. It's a basic kitchen necessity such as flour, sugar, or salt.
Staple.
A staple is right. It's a festive beverage served at a party, often from a common bowl.
Punch?
Punch is correct. It's an adage, a maxim, or a pithy old saying.
No idea.
A saw. Finally, it's used to lift a car to change a tire.
Jack.
That is right for 50 points. That's what you got at the end of the round. Congratulations, San Mateo. We'll be back to meet their opposing team after these messages. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's say hello to the Mills High School Vikings. Julia Lee, Mills has a musical coming up, and you're part of it. Tell us a little bit about the show.
All right. This year's school musical is Smile. It's about a beauty pageant, and it's mostly, since our drama department has mostly girls, we're having a mostly female musical, so it's a beauty pageant. And they're all typical high school seniors. They love music and art and sports.
Oh, now you're starting to
yes.
say the lyrics of the
Yes.
songs.
And it's a lot of fun, and we hope if this comes out on time that people will go and see it.
Garrett, you're playing in the orchestra along with Julia, right? Mm-hmm. What do you play?
Piano.
Good. Do you know the dates for the show?
Yes, March 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th.
Well, if this is happening after, I hope it was a great show. And if not, I hope everyone will go and see it. Fun show. I know that show well. Anurag Dulapalli, you're too busy to do musicals because you're in the Model UN.
Yes, that's right.
And you're meeting next week in Berkeley. What country do you represent?
I represent Italy, and we're on the Disarmament and International Security Council.
Wow, that's interesting because there's so much still going on about new uranium fuel and countries getting weapons-grade uranium and stuff. So you have a lot to talk about, I guess.
Yeah. We're talking about small arms, which I've never used, so I have no
And when you're doing that,
experience.
will you be eating pizza or will you be eating chow? Nothing Italian at all whatsoever, huh?
Well, I'm hoping for a little Italian in there.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, well, give a big hand to your coach, Grant Paul. Okay, now you get two categories to choose from. One is jokes that Brad said that I should have laughed at. And no, they are bones and cows. Which would you like?
Bones.
Okay. Every bone has a name. I'll give you the official name of a bone, and you tell me where it is located. Okay? The first bone is the mandible.
Teeth.
Lower jaw.
The jaw is right. The patella.
Kneecap.
The carpal.
Wrist.
The scapula.
Shoulder blade.
The sternum.
Breastbone.
The cranium.
Skull.
The femur.
Thigh.
Thigh bone.
You got 70 points with a 30-point bonus. You got 100 points. Congratulations to Mills. Very nicely done. We will return and play more Quiz Kids. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
Thank you very much. While the break was going on, Arjun's mother was passing around runny French cheeses to everyone in the studio audience. You can share in those kinds of pleasures if you come down to a live taping. Just call us at 650-637-1936. We'll send you tickets and a little bit of brie on a cracker. All right, you guys, here is our three-for-all round, and here's how it's played. You all have the buzzers in your hands. I will ask a toss-up question. The first person to buzz in gets to answer for her or his team. If you get the answer correctly, your team earns 10 points. I will then ask you two other questions. The second question correct answer will get you 20 points. The third will get you 40. The first time you answer incorrectly, your turn is over. And then I'll go to the next toss-up question. If you buzz in before I complete a question, of course, you will have to give the answer with the information you've heard. Do not give me the right answer. I will give the answer, the complete question, to the other team, okay? It's 100 to 50, and here's the first toss-up question. His People's Army defeated the Kuomintang. Name this author. Elliot.
Mao.
Yes. Name the leader of the Kuomintang who retreated to Taiwan and served as its leader until his death in 1975.
Chiang Kai-shek.
And for 40, what city was established as the capital of the Republic of China?
Taipei.
You got 40 points. Congratulations. Here's the next toss-up. When George H.W. Bush what George H.W. Bush advisor on German reunification became National Security Advisor in 2001 and succeeded Colin Powell as Secretary? Elliot.
Condoleezza Rice.
And who was the German chancellor whose 16-year tenure included the unification of East and West Germany? You can talk.
I'm gonna guess Waldheim.
No, it was Helmut Kohl. Here's the next. You earned 10 points there. Here's the next toss-up. What city separated from the Caribbean by the Cerro Avila is the birthplace of Simón Bolívar and is the capital of Venezuela? Garrett.
Caracas.
That's right. Here's your next question. Name the controversial Venezuelan president.
Hugo Chavez.
For 20, and here's your last question. 6 times since 1979, representatives from Venezuela have won what contest, now co-owned by the NBC and Donald Trump?
The Apprentice.
Miss Universe. You earned 20 points there. Here's the next toss-up. In 1655, Sir William Penn seized what island for England that was later governed by Captain Morgan and is today known as the birthplace of reggae? Elliot.
Jamaica.
Yes. Although Kingston is the capital of Jamaica, most cruise ships dock at what port city with a Spanish name?
I have no idea. You guys know? I have absolutely no idea.
Ocho Rios. Next toss-up. What illustrator of Elsa Homeland Minarich's Little Bear series created the children's books In the Night Kitchen and Where the Wild Things? Elliot.
Maurice Sendak.
Name the boy who goes to where the wild things are.
Max.
And for 40 points, Max is sent to bed without his supper for making mischief while dressed in what animal costume?
Some sort of bear or tiger? It's a bear.
A wolf. Leslie Robertson and Minoru Yamasaki designed what complex of 7 buildings along the Hudson River, including, yes, Elliot?
The UN.
No, including 2 towers destroyed on September 11th, 2001.
World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center is correct. Last year, the developers of One World Trade Center dropped what other name for the building?
Freedom Tower.
Right. For 40 points, the height of the new building, along with its spire, will be what patriotic number of feet?
1776.
You got 40 points. Congratulations. Next toss-up. Everyone knows the Pulitzer Prizes are named for the man who endowed them. But can you tell me what prestigious New York institution awards them? Elliot.
Columbia School of Journalism.
Yes. Which Columbia Law School graduate was the second woman appointed to the Supreme Court?
It's, Ginsburg.
And in which of New York's 5 boroughs will you find the main campus of Columbia University?
Manhattan.
You got it for 40 points. Although we think of them as the ultimate pampered pet, what breed of dog originated in Germany, where it was trained to retrieve fallen birds for hunters from swamps and marshes? Elliot.
Dachshund.
No, you can steal.
Poodle.
Poodle.
I had 2 of them. Poodles, yes. Here's your next question. The current White House dog is what other breed closely related to the poodle and named for the place where the breed originated?
Is it a Portuguese water dog?
Yeah.
Portuguese water dog.
That is right. What is the name of the White House dog?
Bo.
Bo.
Yes, it's true. 40 points. Prince Edward Island is the setting for Lucy Maud Montgomery's novel Anne of Green Gables. Yes, Elliot.
I'm gonna guess Anne of Green Gables.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. What is the character Anne's last name?
And
Garrett?
Smith.
Anne Shirley. Which Russian composer created the children's classic Peter and the Wolf? Garrett?
Tchaikovsky.
No. You don't have to do that.
Prokofiev.
Correct. In Peter and the Wolf, the characters are played by different instruments. Which character is represented by the strings? Talk it over.
Is that birds? Birds.
No, Peter.
Oh,
Bum,
that's
bum, 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 bum. Which character is represented by the French horn? Oh, we got it wrong. I'm sorry.
All right,
Well, I'm interested. It was the wolf.
I would have guessed that.
According to the Internet Movie Database, what author has the most works listed as being adapted for movies, TV shows, and made-for-TV movies with 783 listings? Elliot.
Shakespeare.
Yes. In 1995, Ian McKellen starred as what tragic title king who assassinates his 2 brothers?
Remember his name?
His name was Richard III. The last name's hard to pronounce. This German is considered the greatest composer of the Baroque period, even though his 300 compositions were generally ignored until Elliot.
Bach.
Bach's best-known orchestral works are concertos that share what name with a famous Berlin gate?
Brandenburg.
For 3 Bach compositions were included on the Golden Record sent with what interplanetary probes launched in the 1970s?
Huygens, maybe? Huygens?
It was Voyager, but you earned 20 points. What color were Dorothy's magic slippers in The Wizard of Oz? Garrett?
Silver.
Nope. Well, you know what? We have a problem there because they were silver in the book. So I'm going to say yes. So can we go back here? Okay. Your next one. When Dorothy's house fell, who did it land on?
With the Good Witch of the East.
That's right. And for 40 points, what was the name of the Good Witch of the North?
Glinda.
That is it for 40 points. That is the end of the round. 210 for San Mateo, 240 for Mills. We will be right back for the final round after these messages. We are back. It's time for the lightning round, folks. It's 2 good teams, close score. The points are 20 for each question. And this time, if you buzz in and give me the wrong answer, you will lose 20 points. So anything could happen. If you receive the question after the other team has lost the points, you can just say pass if you don't know the answer. You do not have to answer if you do not know what you think the answer is. Okay, good luck to both teams. Here we go. What mental condition causes an otherwise healthy person to believe he is ill? Garrett.
Hypochondria.
Correct. What city would you be in if you were feeding the pigeons in the Piazza San Marco? Yes, Garrett.
Venice.
Yes. Boccaccio, writing in the Decameron in 1348, invents a mountain all graded of what substance that you'd be more likely to put atop a bowl of pasta? Elliot.
Cheese.
Do I need more? I need more.
Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese. Whittle, Sikorsky, or Jaeger? Who is regarded as the father of the modern jet engine? Elliot.
Whittle.
Right. What 1994 Nobel Prize winner's battle with schizophrenia was the subject of the movie Yes, Julia?
Nash.
Right. Which Tudor monarch removed Cardinal Wolsey from power after failing to receive an annulment with his wife? Julia.
Henry VIII.
Correct. Son, father, or nephew? The presidential retreat Camp David is named for which relative of Dwight Eisenhower? It was his son. Ben Bailey, Ben Casey, or Ben Franklin? Who hosts a TV game show from his New York City cab? Well, it ain't Ben Franklin, it's Ben Bailey. The Gulf of Bothnia separates Finland from what other country? Garrett.
Sweden.
Yes. What version of baseball that has no pitcher is played by over 2 million American kids? Yes, Garrett.
Cricket.
No. You can steal.
T-ball.
Right. Which gland is responsible for the production of the hormones in the fight or flight response? Which gland?
Adrenal.
What?
Adrenal.
Correct. A soft contact lens comes into contact with which part of the eye? The cornea. The occupation zones for post-war Germany were created by a 1945 conference in which Berlin suburb? Yes, Elliot.
Potsdam.
Right. Melamine, melanin, or melatonin? Which hormone secreted by the pineal gland in response to darkness is responsible for Julia?
Melatonin.
Right. What is the friendly-sounding name for the ground-up fish used to attract sharks? Chum. Whose band raided the town of Columbus, New Mexico in 1916? Elliot.
Pancho Villa.
Yes. Of chemistry, music, or cooking, in which subject would you most likely learn about a pentatonic scale? Julia.
Music.
Right. Already with thee, tender is the night, but here there is no light. This is a line from Ode to a Nightingale by what romantic poet? Yes, Elliot.
Keats.
Sorry?
Keats.
Yes. What Asian country's flag features 3 yellow stars representing its 3 major islands? The Philippines. Spork and brunch are examples of what kind of word created Anurag?
Portmanteaus.
Yes. In grammar, what is the term given to words that connect words, phrases, or clauses Garrett.
Conjunction.
Right. When taking the oath of office, the president swears that he will preserve, protect, and defend what document? Elliot.
Constitution.
Yes. What is the second largest island in the world? New Guinea. In physics, mu represents what coefficient that is used to... Julia.
Friction.
Correct. Expressed in meters, what is the height of the board in Olympic springboard diving? 3 meters. What former aide to Martin Luther King Jr. finished second in the 1988 Democratic primary? Elliot.
Duke Machen.
No, you can steal.
I'm going to say it's Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson.
That is correct. Whose model of the hydrogen atom describes electrons?
Bohr.
Yes, right. What heavily fortified French defensive position failed to prevent German invasion in World War II? Yes.
Maginot.
That's right. 5-pin and duck pin are 2 variants of what sport? Elliot.
Bowling.
Correct. Of Harrisburg, Albany, or Annapolis, which capital is in the same state as the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant? Yes.
Harrisburg.
Correct. Maurice Ravel adapted what 1928 ballet from a Spanish folk dance? Yes, Elliot.
Bolero.
Correct. Mary Tyler Moore, Goldie Hawn, or Carol Burnett. I Made a Fool of Myself Over John Foster Dulles was an early career hit for which comedian? Elliot.
Carol Burnett.
That is correct. Are we done with the game? That is 450 to 460. Very slim. Mills High School wins and moves on. Thank you both for being here. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: San Mateo Credit Union, Kaiser Permanente, Samtrans. Additional support provided by the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Knights Templar,